Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Trading. This is going to be the last session until Monday. So we're going to do some weekly predictions on many of the stocks that we usually cover and some stocks that you guys want me to be covering. I'm super excited about this. Today has been overall a green day. It's been a green week overall, which we did expect. Last week I said this several times, like next week is going to be green. Well, it's been a green week, and I think it could continue with the current pace that we have been seeing. Although that is a little bit questionable. We're going to have to see what's going to happen, of course, next week. But we're going to figure that out right now. We're going to try to predict the future with technical analysis. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back indeed for the second session for today. Spam click that like button. Would appreciate that. Welcome back to Daniel, John, Linda, Janice, Damien, Varun, LFTE Fit, Jay, Andrew, Julian, Ajbola, Varun, already have Varun, Grant, Ravi, Rain, Ronaldo, Aryan, Carlos. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Good afternoon to people out there. For most people, good afternoon. Thomas Webb coming in with a $5 donation almost instantaneously. How generous. Thank you so much, Thomas. Predictions on AMC. Grant says, Gara looks like he sells Coca-Cola. What? But yeah, thank you, Thomas. I'll take a look at AMC. It's going to be difficult to tell because this is a meme stock, if you guys know. I thought it was going to bounce. Looked like it was going to bounce, but if retail traders don't buy, they don't buy, right? Especially at high valuations. But so far, it hasn't bounced yet. And yeah, although we have, for the most part, predicted this, right? So I knew that it was going to come down initially. So at any given moment, it could bounce. However, keep in mind, it's about to be crossing down. So that is not looking very attractive on AMC at the moment. But yeah, technicals have been out of whack for a while now. So my kind of best estimate of this is that we're about to be seeing a big move here. So I would have to probably just remove this one. It was right for the most part. I knew it was going to go down to this trend line. But I think we're right about the time where it's going to bottom out. And then, if we're lucky, right, if AMC is still popular among Wall Street bets and the people that want to buy AMC, we could see another push to the upside, given that there's still short interest on AMC. It is a possibility. But I would not bank on this because it's very difficult to say where this stock is going. The technicals are very just all over the place. Same thing with GME, by the way. Let's go back to the chat. Let's go back. Okay, so the NASDAQ. Oh. Patrick Lamb coming in with a $5 donation. And he says, predictions for Boeing. Why has it gone down with the market up? Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate that a lot. I'll take a look at Boeing. Okay, so what did we say for Boeing? We said that Boeing was going to go down to $230. What happened? Let me check the 4 hours. Okay, so it was a little bit off. I expected it right here to come down to 230, which it did. And then I expected Boeing to be bouncing off to the 280s. So what happened instead? It bounced off. It went to the 250s. It's getting there, right? We're getting closer and closer. Why is Boeing not going up? Boeing is a value stock. Well, it is also a recovery stock. It's mostly a value stock. And value stocks, what we know, are doing a little bit bad because all of that money is being rotated, or the money that's going into the market is going to tech right now. So we're at the last bit of the complete rotation because we were rotating because of yields yields were skyrocketing, right? So that was a good reason for the rotation to be happening. And we have, of course, the economy reopening fairly soon. And that's why we saw the rotation happen. And right now, we're seeing a bit of weakness. Why is Boeing not going up right now? Well, if we look at these highs, it's actually doing just fine. Let me take a look at the daily chart. Yeah, that looks not so bad. That looks not so good, sorry. Not looking too good. Maybe the weekly's looking better. No, not really. Do we see any patterns here? Boost, sideways. Right, gotcha. Okay, so I think the bump to the upside already happened. We're seeing weakness because yields are going down, which is obviously not so good for value stocks because people are getting more interested in growth and tech stocks. And liquidity is kind of limited, so we're seeing these rotations happen back and forth. So essentially, yeah, I mean, it could cross and move. It's still holding the trend line. It's not like it's actually crossing down. So it's holding that trend line. So what we could see happen here is kind of this kind of movement. Yeah. So initially come down. It's already coming down right now. Go back to this zone, to the 250s, and consolidate properly, and then move for earnings. Now, I don't necessarily think their earnings are going to be spectacular. I mean, we know for a fact they have not exactly been doing well. So, if we know that, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense to say it's going to go up for earnings when we know that earnings are not going to be that good. Because you can see right here, there's a pattern of going down before earnings. Going down before earnings. Regarding the, yeah. Down before earnings. Down before earnings. Down before earnings. Guess what? Maybe it goes down before earnings again. Yeah, okay, so I can be bullish on it. Unless earnings is good, I don't think we're going to see it move up there. It would be not very probable. It's a difficult one. So initially go down. This is such a headache. So will Boeing perform good? No, probably not. Why the hell would it go up? Usually it goes up like in the middle of the quarter. You see that? Middle of the quarter, we see a spike. Middle of the quarter. What is this? Middle of the quarter. Middle of the quarter. Middle of the quarter. Now, why is that? Because we know for a fact that we're in a pandemic and Boeing is doing terrible. So every time we have earnings, Boeing goes lower. Because earnings is terrible. But people do want to buy Boeing for when the economy reopens. So I'm having a tough time there. Maybe it will not go down. Because people are anticipating this summer to be great for Boeing. And so people want to buy the dip. As it's still way below the all-time highs. And yeah, okay. Because we're getting closer to economy reopening. So I'm going to say... maybe it goes something like this. So initially go down, consolidate, head back up, go down on earnings, and then head back up. This is the best estimate I can find on this. Just looking at technicals and kind of with fundamentals in mind as well. Of course, this is some Picasso work, but yeah, this is I can't get it better than this at the moment. Given that what happens with yields. What's happening? Ooh! Look at that. AI is not pulling back. Hey, look at that. It's holding the bullish pattern. I don't know if you guys remember, but we drew this trend line. I said, hey, it could potentially hold this up. You know, this is the reversal. And so far, it has been holding up. Maybe we can now draw a line like this. There you go. There you go. All right. So we have a reversal. AI is finally going up. This is very important. We have not seen this. This basically means that this was the bottom. Assuming that yields don't skyrocket anymore, I think we have seen the bottom for C3.ai. Anybody that bought at $60, you guys are lucky. I personally bought some there, but not the bulk of it. I have to tell you that. This could potentially rally up further. So next level, 75. This will be probably on Monday, though. Did we get another donation? Oh, I think we did. Oh, yeah. Sergey Caprian coming in with a $5 donation again and says, any opinion on Nano Dimension? A bear article came out today. Just curious what your thoughts are. Thank you once again, Sergey. Oh. Sergey didn't donate today. This is the first. Okay, never mind. All right, so Nano Dimension. Nano Dimension. I know for a fact a lot of people are interested in this one. It spiked. I had this beautiful arrow there. It spiked and it came down on the article, didn't it? Yeah, there you go. It is down 2.5%. It should be up today. It should definitely be up today. Nano Dimension is very, very confusing that it's actually not up huge. It should be up today. I mean, the Nasdaq is booming. Okay, so let me check the news cycle. So somebody says that there was a negative article on this. Yeah, okay, I don't care that much about the media, to be honest. I mean, that's just opinion, right? So, opinions are opinions. I'm going to check their balance sheet. I'm going to check Nano Dimension's balance sheet really quickly. Can I find their website? Yeah, there you go. Investors. Annual report. I'm going to check their annual report. Just give me a second. I just want to see how much cash they have on hand. Okay, let's see. Interesting. So they're actually innovating quite nicely. There you go. Liabilities. Thousands. Okay, so in thousands. Equity. Capital reserves. $65 million. Thousands. 2020. They've got $518 million right now. This was in 2020 though, but that's the most recent one I found. That is quite a large amount of money for a small. What is their market cap? Okay, so one third of their market cap is just cash. Pretty much. Straight up cash. I don't think they're going to go bankrupt or anything like that. I think they are doing pretty well. One sec. Okay, so let's just look at the technicals. So I just want to quickly... I wanted to just quickly check their balance sheet, whether it was like terrible or not. It's not terrible. So it's definitely... I think it could survive for a long time period like this. They could burn money like this for another 10 years. So they're going to be fine. Am I going to change my mind on this? I don't think I'm going to change my mind on this. I think it still looks fantastic. In fact, it's still holding a very interesting trend line there. I think that arrow is just disgusting. Yeah. Although the problem is they don't really have revenue, right? So that's the biggest problem. They have a nice product, but they don't really have any solid kind of revenue. They're not really selling much. But I do think its potential is enough for me to say like it's going to go back to possibly around $12 short term, you know, in the coming weeks. I think Nano Dimension is going to be popping. Pretty much. It's going to uphold this trend line. They've got a lot of cash. They can't go bankrupt. They're growing. They're growing, right? They have innovative products. They're just going to have to sell it now, which once they do, I think this valuation could be kind of tiny in comparison to what it could be. Yeah, I do think there's a lot of promise in Nano Dimension, but you're gonna have to look at like more recent data, like the products. With these kind of companies, high valuation, huge multiples, and I would say no revenue. You have to look at the products. If their products are very good, if they're doing, you know, if their products are superior to the market, then they're going to do very well. And it doesn't matter what the share price is, they're going to do very well. You could have bought at this price point right now at $18. If their product is good and they're going to start selling, I think it's going to go up anyway. So right now I would have to say what's really important is to know with Nano Dimension, do they have very innovative products and is there demand for that? If there is, yeah, well, it's going to be very enticing. And this is the main reason why the stock has been going up. And I think technicals do show like it could be going up a little bit further from here, especially from here. According to Jim Cramer and CNBC, tech and growth will underperform in the second quarter also. Your thoughts, Gara, please. Well, that's nice of them to be saying that, but my opinion is that tech has been doing awful in Q1. But I think in Q2 we're going to see recovery in tech. I think it's done really awful. Like we've seen a flat out crash happen in small cap tech stocks. They went down 50%, 60%, 70%. I think they're going to recover, and then maybe Q3, Q4 is going to be bad. Well, Q3. So Q2 I think is going to be just fine. I don't think it's going to worsen. In fact, I think Q3 is going to be maybe a bit more questionable. This is going to be like around August, September, that kind of zone. Q2 is going to be fine. We're just going to see recovery rallies. We're going to see the Nasdaq probably reach its previous high. I don't think Q2 is going to be bad for tech. I think Q2 might be bad for value stocks actually, but that's just my opinion. Seems like the Dow Jones is a little bit overextended. I mean, I'm not saying that tech is going to be excellent. I'm not saying that tech is going to like just skyrocket. No, I'm saying it's going to recover. It's going to do the bare minimum, recovering from the bottom. And it's not even going to reach all-time highs. There's going to be many stocks that will not reach all-time highs. For example, I don't think that Palantir is going to reach 45. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think AI is going to reach 180. it's just not going to happen in the second quarter. So while they are going to be recovering, it doesn't mean we're going to see all-time highs again. We might see 30% of a recovery, but then you're still missing the 20%. So, yeah. In that sense, I would say tech is going to be relatively still bad because we're just going to see a recovery. It's not going to go to all-time highs. But that recovery, if you would have bought the dip, that's going to be like potentially 20% gain, 30% gain, 40% gain from that bottom. So while they will not be reaching all-time highs, we're still going to see high percentage gains. So I think it's going to be just fine. All right. Carlos Gomez coming in with a $5 donation and says, big fan of your channel. Please sell or buy the dip with EBON. Thank you for that, Carlos. Do appreciate that comment. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't make recommendations. Just my opinion. EBON. I'm just going to say whether it looks... Oh, what the hell's happening here? 10% down? What happened? 1.2 billion market cap. Oof. Press F in the chat for this stock, because it's getting slaughtered. This is not good. It's about to be returning back to these zones. Yeah, this was yeah, to be honest, this was too short term of a trend. It's actually moving to this zone here. Oh, that looks ugly. That looks so ugly. The daily is not even finished. We're not even close to like a MACD. It doesn't even look like it's about to be crossing like EMAs right below them. This is I think I missed the donation. I'll get to it in a second. Sorry for that. It's not looking good. I'm gonna say that just on the technicals, I thought it was gonna bounce, but then it dropped 10%. Why is it dropping 10% when the Nasdaq is green, when the Russell's is green, everything is going up? Why is it dropping 10%? Let me just take a look at the news cycle. Maybe there was something coming out about the stock, like why did it plunge? Oh, okay. The stock is lower because it was a share offering. Yeah, there was a share offering. I saw it on Google. That makes sense. That's why it's down. Will this hold, though? This seems to be quite solid support, actually. And it's holding. It's actually bouncing off that level. I'm going to be very cautious. This trend has been upheld for a while. So I'm going to say it either bottoms out right there, or I would say first comes back to roughly 6.1, that zone, or just the $6, and then maybe bounce off right that level, because that share offering is having a major impact, of course. It's about to cross on the 4 hours. Daily chart is not even, doesn't even look like it's about to be bottoming. So, yeah, if anything, bounce back towards that $10, I would say. That would be my estimate on just looking at just the simple technicals, the MACD, the RSI. Yeah, it's crossing here. Look at that, 2 hours. That's definitely what you not want to see. That what you don't want to be seeing. It's downtrending, so it's going to downtrend a little bit further to the $6. So it's, well, yeah. I personally, if I would be holding this stock, it depends. You know, if I bought it right here, I probably would get out. If I would have bought it right there, I would not get out. I personally wouldn't, but that's just me. Oh yeah, so let me check. I think I missed a donation. There you go. Dope Go Crazy coming in with a $2 donation. HOFV analysis, please. Let me check it out. Is this a blank check? It's not, right? It's a resort and entertainment company. Oh, okay. It's been going up. It's been going up, all right. Quite a lot. Hey, look at that. This was a previous analysis that we did. Apparently, we've already done this. So what was my analysis? I said it was going to go down and then bounce. Didn't quite go... Well, looked similar. It literally doubled. But why did it double, though? Oh, the market cap is small. And yeah, it's kind of a recovery stock, so maybe that's the reason why it's going up right now. I don't like the way it's looking, to be honest. I mean, we've seen some downside here, right? So from $7 to $5. It's holding up the 50-day moving average. I think it's going to consolidate further. Just like that. Just sideways. Pretty much. I don't think a whole lot is going to be happening there. It's an NFT play. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Sorry, I don't know everything about all companies out there. So, Patrick Lamb coming in with a $5 donation, and he says if you had $100,000 to put down on the buy the dip stock today, which one would it be? Well, I'm speaking for myself, right? So this is no recommendation. I actually put down quite a large amount of my money on C3.ai. It's kind of predictable that I was going to say that because, of course, I'm holding a lot of C3.ai. I really like C3.ai right now. Just look at the price. Of course, it could come down more, you know, if yields really skyrocket. I like C3.ai at this price. And not only this one, because it's also reverse. We're seeing a reversal on C3.ai. I like Palantir a whole lot. I think Palantir is an interesting play there as well. Hey, look at that. So we said Palantir was going to dump. It dumped. There you go. It's about to recover and go up. I like Palantir $23 because I know for a fact that if this company would go to $10, if I waited long enough, like maybe 3 years, it would go back to 20. Not only that, it would go back to 40 at some point. So I'm buying into companies that have great futures and they're sitting at very low prices recently. So Palantir is still looking quite attractive. So AI or Palantir, I would say Tesla is more secure. So I like Tesla as well. So with Tesla, you could get like an easy 10%, easy 20%. Just gonna wait like a couple weeks. I'm gonna still be like, this is gonna sound so cliche, but I would go with AI. It's sitting at 69. It's a great number, great company, great price. Yeah. Speaking of that, should I buy more AI at 69? But yeah, once again, I am not a financial advisor. Don't listen to me. This is what I would do. I really like this company. They've got interesting fundamentals, in my opinion. Could be that I'm completely wrong, you know, and the stock goes to zero. Who knows? I do like the prospect of a potential 50% gain to the $90. Or maybe even more than that, to the 120s. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, I like to buy stocks that are cheap. And to me, C3.ai seems pretty cheap to recent valuations. What's happening with Fubo? Yeah, so we said that Fubo was going to bounce. And it is bouncing, all right, but it's going very slow. I think it's going to take some more time, but I do think it will be going back to the 30s. That zone, that $30 zone. It's going to test it. If we have enough hype, if the markets are green, it's going to jump really fast. Like really, really fast. I don't think it's going to happen, but who knows? I could be wrong about that. All right. Power Hour is about to start. Let's get that like count to 100 right now. Let's see. Let's start the Power Hour for the like count. Hilton, CCL. Yeah, Hilton's looking kind of bullish. Kind of. All right. AI is holding up quite nicely. I did not expect this. I really didn't expect it. I thought that maybe it would push up and then at the end of the day just dump. It didn't do that. So far we're seeing this could be the start of a reversal there. You should ask for 500 likes since you have 495 viewers. That's impossible because I've got 495 viewers. Okay, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask for 500 likes. Let's get to 500 likes right now. I think a lot of people are also AFK, just listening while driving or something like that. .1%. Yeah, I find it a bit. I think Palantir is still looking cheap. There's still more to come. Especially given that, you know, it's being backed by Wall Street bets. You know, it's at some point there's going to be so much momentum that's going to come behind this. I'll be Pajo. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that well. Coming in with a $2 donation and says, "Hey you." Thank you for that. Let's see. Power Hour has begun. Let's go. Let's see what happens. I think people might be a bit hesitant and actually take some profits right before the weekend. That usually tends to happen. Like that last hour, Friday, people sell off a tiny bit. Yeah, it could mean. I think next week is going to be interesting. I think we're going to see even more green, possibly. Tesla actually moved down. Whoa, what the hell happened there? Okay, so the hype came down. Interesting. I remember saying it was going to keep on going, but of course this is like a short-term downturn there with Tesla. It's actually holding up this support level, 667. I think Tesla is going to continue the run, although it will mostly be dependent on... Oh, wait, look at this. Look at this. Ah, okay. It hit the resistance and it came down. It hit the resistance. It was right at that zone. It went to the overbought. MACD crossed down, and there you go. Gap fill. Oh, let's see. Did I miss a donation? I have a feeling that I missed a donation. Okay, no. I'm good. I'm fine. How is Tesla gonna move? I think Tesla's ready to be popping. Although that is not looking good. That 1 hour 1 hour crossover there. So it has to at least consolidate in this zone, because there's no other way that it's Yeah, I think at least consolidate. I don't think it's gonna go down substantially. Actually gapped over the trend. Then it plummeted back down. It was descending right there. Now it's doing the opposite. So the question is going to be like, where is that support going to be? Is it going to be right here at the 660s? Possibly. So it could possibly see this as support and then head back up. But have we seen this happen in the past? That's another question. Yeah, we have. But first we needed to cool off. Yeah, so cool off in this zone. Head over to the 700s. Maybe I'm being a little bit lenient, to be honest. It could actually pull back to the 650s again if deliveries are not, I would say, fantastic or like spectacular. I think if deliveries are really good, it could just pop. It could pop like 5. It could actually pop more than 5% on Monday if deliveries are really good. If they're okay, we're gonna see it just move like this because it's, for the most part, I mean, we're pricing in good deliveries. It went from 590 to 690. You know what I mean? So that's $100 increase. People are expecting deliveries to be at least okay. Albi Pajo coming in with a $2 donation and says, what do you think for Clover? Sure. Thank you for that. Let me check. Oh my god. What happened? It got ruined. It got absolutely ruined. That's, isn't it sitting below the, yeah, it's sitting relatively cheap. 760 million market cap. What did Chamath say about this one? I guess new quarter, new chances, but it's sitting quite low now. $7. I don't know much about this company other than it, you know, it used to be a blank check, you know, blank check company. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be reaching back to like $9 to $10, I would say. short term, like the next weeks, I think it's sitting rather low. And it's about to be crossing also on the 4 hours. It looks good to me. There's a gap to be filled to the 10.5, so maybe we'll fill that gap as well on the short term. But I've said, look, I've been bullish on Clover before. At least I said it would be bouncing. I think it was right around here, and I was wrong about that, right? So I think I drew this. I said, hey, it's gonna. I think previous prediction was this. Well, guess what happened? When the Nasdaq really pulled back because of yields, people sold this stock like mad. So, but I do think it's going to get back to these valuations, the base valuation to $10-ish zone. So if you're into Clover Health, you know, I think, yeah, this is going to bounce back. Chamath said 4 months ago that Clover is easy 10-bagger. I think trusting Chamath has been very profitable. Although he's not tweeting in a while, or for a while now. Interesting. Yeah, stocks are falling now. Look at that. Tesla keeps dropping. Tesla is just dropping like mad. It gave back how many dollars? It's almost $30. It gave back almost $30. It's like 5%. That's 5% of its valuation. Gone. Which is fine. It's all fine. You know, we're getting discounts on Tesla. Yeah. Interesting. We've got a $10 donation coming in from Big Mo. And Big Mo says, what are your thoughts on FUV? Never heard of this. Let me check. Thank you, Big Mo. FUV. That's not. Yeah, so many stocks are looking like they're about to be bouncing. Although this one, I don't know about this. Consumer durables, motor vehicles, Archimoto. This is a support. This has been strong support, by the way. Strong support. That's what we're seeing. No trend line there. Let's grab that horizontal ray. Let's go. So it's holding up that zone. And we have had earnings. Earnings is past us now. If they're a legit company, right? So if they got solid fundamentals, you've got to check that yourself. Their market cap is rather small. Price is lower than it used to be. Of course, it's still higher than, well, right here. Let's check the 4 hours. It's recently crossed the MACD as well. I think there's some potential. Like that $19, $20 in maybe the next week or two. I wouldn't be surprised. Good support, good technicals. If it's a good company, then that's it, right? So potentially, you know, the momentum could be heading that way. There is a gap there to be filled as well. Let's see, weekly chart. Although the weekly chart is looking terrible. But it could also turn around, so let's be optimistic there. It could turn around, but yeah, what could happen here is that it reaches that level, and as soon as it does, it rejects it, and it comes back down, and we got to kind of get a wedge right there. So, yeah, I think this is a little bit unrealistic. Maybe like a slower movement like that could make more sense. But you get what I mean. In general, I do think the trend is going up for FUV. Most probably. PaySafe stock? Does PaySafe... Oh! That is awesome! I've been waiting for this one. Okay, 2 billion market cap. Alright. It went to 15 and went down to 13.6. It's a market cap of 2 billion. Oh, that's not that bad, but what's the revenue like? They don't show it. It is trending up short term. It could trend up a bit further down the road. So I would say PaySafe, if it's following that trend, it will probably be at 15 very soon. But I can't see the earnings. I would love to see earnings, because that would paint a good picture for me. I'm going to look it up on YouTube and Google. PaySafe earnings 2020. Let me check. Oh, that's not bad. Is their market cap really 2 billion? I don't believe it. Because if that's the case, then it's a little bit undervalued. Market cap of 2 billion. One second. I really, really like PaySafe. I think PaySafe is undervalued. I think it might be undervalued because of the fact that because of the market right now. I think it's going to double, pretty much. This is what I think for PaySafe. I think their products are good. The company's great. Been around for a while. They've got good earnings. And we're about to see markets go greener than green. So I'm bullish on this one. For the coming months, I'm expecting it to double. 100%. Pretty much. If it's not double, maybe even triple. But I like PaySafe. It's like a good alternative for PayPal, to be honest. I think it's really undervalued. Inanna Jiba coming in with a $3 donation. It says, what do you think about next week market? Also, Neo. I'll come to that later on. Neo. Well, what's happening with Neo right now? Neo is slightly pulling back, which I did say it would, top out, then pull back. It's happening right now. Topping out, pulling back right now. Consolidate in that zone. So it's going to take a while. Probably, let me delete this line, make it more accurate. So I think for Neo, it hit that resistance, right? So we hit a resistance here. Hit the resistance. Now, will it trend up like that? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to do that. What I think is going to happen, it's going to probably just consolidate in this zone. And then eventually break out of this, right? So something like this could be possible. And then go to the $45. This is short term. Like this could be like a week from now. And I'll talk about the market next week in a moment. So thank you for that donation. And I think another donation coming in from Ronald Anderson. And Ronald says, what are your thoughts on AZFL and RCHA? Appreciate the donation, Ronald. Let me just take a look. AZ or AZFL? Let me check. I've never heard of that, have I? Have I ever done an analysis? No, okay. No, I haven't done that. 1.2 million market cap. This is a penny. This is a penny stock, right? They have revenue. Okay. Interesting. Non-energy minerals. Forest products. Yeah, I think for this one you would have to know more than just technicals. But if I would follow just by... I think it's very hard to do. This is a small market cap. We know it's the support is right around here now. Hitting the 20-day moving average, sitting at like 0.4 of a cent. If I can trust past behavior, which is going to be very difficult to recognize here. You know what? I'm just going to say that there is a possibility that's going to continue this route. Potentially hit it up to the 1 cent. I don't know if this is going to happen, to be honest. This is like throwing a hair into a haystack and then trying to find it. It is difficult to say what's going to happen here. With a 1.2 million market cap, very small market cap, I think what really would help is just looking at fundamentals here, like pure fundamentals, like what is happening with the company, what makes them special, and if it's a good company, it will do well, regardless. Because technicals, I mean, it might help, but I don't have a lot to work with. Let's just put it that way. There's not a whole lot to be working with. But if anything, this is what I can potentially see happen here. Like a bounce off this support, given that the markets are looking a bit more bullish. But it could consolidate a bit further, to be honest. Maybe a little bit further. So maybe something like... let me check. Something like this. That would be more likely, to be honest. We'll see. Nevertheless... does definitely look interesting. RCHA Pharmaceuticals. This is another penny one. 5 million market cap. Oof. Very hard to say what's happening here, to be really fair. I can't see much of the financials. What's happening on the weekly? It's up like 28%, right? Okay, I'm just gonna base this off the short term then. Short term. I think it's going to come back down. That's all I can say about this. Probably come back down. Spike, come back down. Maybe trend up, but initially come back down there. To the 0.002. Alright. Penny stocks are very difficult to analyze. It's just it's pure chaos, pure chaos. But sometimes there are particular patterns that are like repeating. Gara, what are the chances that yields are gonna spike on Monday? I think the chance is very high, actually. The chance of yields spiking on Monday, pretty high. I think it's about to do that, actually, on the 30 minutes. Yeah, 1 hour's looking like that's going to be the case here as well. 4 hours, still not really done. So, if anything, with yields, looks like we're going to see some kind of a move like this. So, yeah, we're going to see it spike again, probably, and this time it's going to get to the 1.8. So we're going to have to see what happens next week in terms of yields. I am personally not that worried. Not that worried. One second. All right. I'm scrolling down. Paul Gurnett says, "What's happening with Amazon? Amazon's going up. Yes." Finally, some movement to the upside on Amazon. 3,150. It's going to probably continue into the 3,300s. About time. The king of moving sideways. Been doing that since July. So, yeah, imagine buying into Amazon at like 1,600. Oof. That massive gain. Like over 100% gain in what, like a couple months time? Crazy. Would be funny if it would go to the 4,000s now, I'd say. That would be like a 30% increase. Alright, let's see. Alright, so let's do a proper analysis on the market, on the Nasdaq in particular. Let's just delete these levels and just have a fresh look at what's happening. We had a MACD cross on the 15th, right? On the 15th of March. It's been moving kind of sideways, I would have to say. It's been moving up slightly. We haven't seen a lot of momentum to the upside. Today and yesterday and the day before that, we've been seeing some good momentum to the upside. But before that, it was just been down. It was downtrending pretty much. Now RSI is sitting pretty decent. I mean, it's not overbought or anything like that. Not even close to that. So there is room on the RSI to be going up. Enough room to be getting close to the all-time high. And if I would draw this and horizontal line right here again. So it's still right at that zone where it could get rejected. If it gets rejected, it will go back probably to the 13,000s. Or very close to that level. And use that as support. As we also have the 50-day moving average there. And the 20-day moving average there. But most likely it's going to be the 50. On the daily chart. MACD is kind of topping out. There are some exceptions to where the MACD didn't top out. That was pretty much right here. But MACD was lower initially. And right there. So you had this huge boost the 4th of November. I don't think we're going to see something like that. I think if anything what we're seeing is something like we saw right there. So it is very close to topping out. And when it does top out, it's going to come back. It is definitely going to come back. We're going to see a bit of a pullback and stocks will fall. Now what's the RSI doing? Yeah. 4-hour RSI, it's looking like it's properly being rejected. Let's look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is coming down again. Okay. It's actually consolidating there. So if anything, that looks kind of bullish. But almost on every short-term kind of time frame, it looks overextended. And it's probably heading down. So head down to the 13,200s perhaps. And because yields are probably going to go up Monday, that's going to be a bit problematic. So the trend is still up, no doubt about that. What's the weekly doing? Oh, that's the monthly. Let me check the weekly. Oh, look at that. Weekly is about to be crossing. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to take a look at the dollar. Dollar 4 hours. 10-year 4 hours. Okay, so I think this could continue. This could definitely continue. There's enough momentum to be seeing this go on and on. So maybe what happens is it comes down slightly and then we see a big push to the maybe the 13,500s. And after that happens, hits this zone, comes back down, hits the 13,300s again. If it rejects it, or if it doesn't hold it actually, well, it's going to come back to this trend line and then bounce from there. But for now, I'm just thinking about this. Move a little, move right here. Yeah, it looks like we might see a tiny pullback. At least MACD's kind of indicating that. RSI oversold. Maybe the 5 minutes is looking more bullish. Yeah, I'm not going to change my mind on this. This looks quite probable. Something like that, right? So then it moves up. Would be like one last pop to the upside. And then back to this 13,200, and then another pop. Maybe back to higher levels there. So kind of like that. Hit this support level, bounce back up, go down to these levels, and then head back up again. Yeah, but it's kind of going to be like, we're not going to reach that all-time high, but we get very close. That's what I'm thinking right now, pretty much. So that's my estimation on this is like, yeah, maybe there's a little bit more room. It could very well get rejected right here. I mean, it's been rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, several times. So if it gets rejected, wouldn't be very surprising, but I think given that we're entering a rather bullish month, given that yields have not gone up more, and probably will stay flat for another couple days, we could definitely initially see further upside before some downside. I'm being a bit optimistic here, I would say. Yeah, so the 5th of April. I think the 5th of April we might see yields go flat. So Monday could be green potentially. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week would be more questionable. So that's when I would see the downturn on the Nasdaq. That would be like, yeah. And then potentially Wednesday bounce, but then it keeps going down. And then after that, we see another push to the upside, which could get very close to the all-time high, I would have to say. Like middle of April, end of April. AI sitting at 68.5. Wow, it is just, it's not willing to go down now. So that's good. Good to be seeing that. Although what's very bearish, I would have to say, is RSI sitting at 53. Last time we had a 53 RSI was at the 150. That just goes to show you how many people got out of C3.ai. It's a lot of people. Particularly, I would have to say, a lot of institutions have gotten out of C3.ai. So they pumped it up on the IPO, and then once the market took a turn, they all left. That's pretty much what's happening here. And then also a lot of people are short on C3.ai as well. So we'll have to see what happens there. Yeah, I'm very hopeful though. All right, there you go. Apple's finally bouncing, but still not quite sitting at the original levels that we were used to. At least the 130s, 140s, etc. Wow, it actually shot up right there. Huge volume. Oh boy. Look at that. About to be crossing here. Could this mean the Russell's gonna go back to 2,300? That would be crazy. Yeah, the weekly looks tough. Ooh. Let's check the daily. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna reach the all-time high. I highly doubt that. Although it's very close. Very close indeed. I think it might reach the 2,280s, maybe. Just slight move upwards. Kind of like that. Oh yeah, Tesla's down. Yeah, why is this happening? Well, it's right at the end of the week, of course. That's one thing. But it pumped up. People sold out, took their profits. Deliveries are coming in. And the Nasdaq is pulling back slightly, probably. So I'm thinking, yeah, this could continue. We see this kind of a bowel movement, forming a cup handle, and then we move up further, potentially. But it could also pull back right here. It depends mostly on deliveries. Anybody that's gotten Tesla shares right now is betting on deliveries. If deliveries is good, like really good, exceeding expectations, the stock price is going to be moving like at least like 5 to 10%. But if it's not good, or if it's just okay, well, yeah, it's going to plummet back to 650. Maybe even lower than that. Let me check BNGO. Some people want to see BNGO. Yeah, I said the trend was kind of heading that way. Interesting. So it's sitting at this level. 4 hours not looking particularly interesting. Daily chart is about to cross. Ooh. Yeah, BNGO looking pretty good actually. How much are they burning? That's a lot of money for that tiny slither of revenue. It's a lot of money that they were burning. Yeah, so what I could see here definitely, it pulls back to 7.5 and it jumps, right? So yeah, it jumps right to the $10, roughly $11, $10 to $11 with BNGO. So yeah, so a little bit more pain left according to momentum is heading down a bit. It could obviously just jump right away if the markets jump, but right now, that's not the case. Possibly around like Wednesday next week, we could see a bit more momentum on BNGO. Okay, one sec. There you go. Why is Palantir pulling back the way it is? That's just crazy. What did I say with Palantir? Yeah, so initial downturn, then head back up, which is going to happen right here, to the 24, move sideways, and potentially move to 25. That's still what I'm thinking right now. This just stinks. You see AI is up 4.2%. Snowflake is up 3 percentage points. Which, if you guys remember, we said it was going to move up here. We also said it was going to move up there. Snowflake has been doing quite okay recently. What the hell's happening there? Okay, let me just grab a line. There you go. Darn it. And potentially move kind of in this fashion. This is assuming it breaks the 240 resistance on Snowflake. So if it does that, yeah, well, we're in for a ride. It's going to go to the 260s. Probably. Maybe we can see where the tops are sitting at. Second. Okay, no, that's not really helpful. Yeah, I'm looking at that 250, 260 range for Snowflake within middle of April, probably. That's very reachable. Yeah, the CEO of Palantir actually sold some shares. CCIV is pumping. Yeah, I'm actually quite bullish on CCIV. I think CCIV could be reaching that 27 range, potentially, like I said, a week or a week and a half from now. Although I don't think it's going to stay there for a long time, though. I think it might pull back again. Wow, the SPX is still moving. If it's going to hold trend, it will move to the 4,200s in the next month or two. That would be nuts if that happens. If that happens, that would be crazy. That would be another 5% on top of what? How much is it up right now? Like, it's already up like, let me check. Roughly 10% or something. So, like, a 15% gain in maybe, like, half a year. That is crazy. Well, that's only if this were to happen. But so far, it's only up, like, 10%. Which is not bad. Definitely not bad. Google is the real winner. Going up 3.4%. Sitting at a market cap of $1.4 trillion. But will Google be exceeding its all-time high? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Pretty much. then where's it gonna go? Check. Potentially all the way up to 2,300. Yeah, Google's still very expensive though. I don't like that. But it's about to be making some big moves prior to earnings. Look at that. Massive net income. Their net income is about $40 billion annually. What is the net income of Microsoft? Net income of Microsoft is around the same. What is the net income of Apple? 57 billion. Google is not far behind Microsoft, I have to say. I think it's going to overtake Microsoft very soon. I'm pretty sure about this. It is going to be overtaking Microsoft. No, that does not make sense. Well, maybe this is a little bit over exaggerated. It's like right above 2,200. That's what I'm looking at right now. We've got roughly 10 more minutes until the markets are going to close for the extended weekend. So far, it's been looking good. We're going to close the day green. Vincent Weck coming in with a £5 donation and says, Gara, can you check ALPP? Sure thing. 1 second. Alpine for Holdings. Yeah, this was the NASDAQ drop. Kind of embarrassing. I had the same thing with C3.ai. That looks not bad, I would say. I like the fact that they have earnings. So there are a lot of companies out there with no earnings. The fact that it has earnings is already like a good thing. Yeah, so where is this going to head? I think it's going to be uptrending for the coming weeks. It does look like that will be the case. But where will this price be heading? 4.9. That is a resistance, you know, it's quite a strong resistance. So possibly if we take a look at the 4 hours, we form a trend there, possibly like this. So possibly move in this fashion. Wait. What? So resistance, come down, push back up, hit the 5. That's what I'm kind of thinking here. So potentially moves up 20%. in a week time. It's a small market cap. It's definitely possible. It's up 15% today, so by then, I mean, it could definitely be up 20%. It's a possibility. Now, if you take a look at the 1 hour, that's definitely not looking super bullish. I mean, it could hit resistance again and then come back. And then hit previous resistance, bounce off of it, move to the 5. Roughly 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left until the market close. And we're going to have to wait 3 whole days until the next time that the market's going to be open. Kind of silly, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh, the banks are moving. Interesting. Yields still plummeting. Still plummeting down. Google. Oh, I should have gotten Google when it was cheap. I remember a time where Google was very cheap. I didn't buy, unfortunately. Did not buy Google. I think Google was sitting in this zone when I was... Oh. 2017, darn it. Yeah, I was sitting in this zone in the past. Didn't buy, but it's whatever. You know, there will be many opportunities in the future, down the road. There's going to be a huge market crash in the future. Will provide us all with great opportunities. Oh, NASDAQ is actually pumping right now. Look at that. Ooh, that last minute pump. No pullback. Just pump. Look at this. But yeah, we don't see Tesla go up. We don't see the EVs going up, the EV stocks. So it's just primarily, I would say, big tech going up here. The Microsoft, the Amazon, the Google, etc. Pretty much. And for some reason, Apple is not really moving. He's not really substantially. Google is way better than Tesla. No, it's not. It just isn't. I don't think so. In terms of like a market cap and everything, I think Tesla will most probably be the biggest one in like in maybe like a half a decade or something. But yeah, we've got roughly 4 more minutes left, and so far, it seems like the S&P is just moving. Look at that. All-time highs, 4,017, and it's not stopping. It's performing the best right now in terms of, you know, it's sitting at all-time highs. It's breaching through. Dow Jones is just consolidating there. I don't think the Dow Jones is looking good. I think the S&P is looking way better. It's ready to go prime time. Google. BNGO keeps falling. Now to the mention. Same story. It's not It's taking a while to see some green here. People are FOMOing back into the markets. Pushing it above the resistance. Let's check the 1 minute. Yeah, that looks fantastic. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. It's still pumping. It's still pumping. Let's go. 1.75%. It's about to be breaching the recent highs that we've seen. Very close to doing so. There you go. It's not stopping. AI is going up as well, slightly. Tesla's going up slightly. Oh, there you go. S&P is going up as well. Look at that. That last minute pump. There you go. Volume is going up as well. Very interesting. And it did not manage to breach the recent high, unfortunately. No, I don't think it's going to do that. It's pulling back now. Oh. Is it going to prove me wrong? Yeah, the markets are now officially closed. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful week. Completely green. Most stocks were going up. Fantastic. I have no other words for this. It's beautiful. Next week, I think this could continue on the Monday. It could be the case. Although it's mostly dependent on yields. If yields remain flat, I think there's going to be more coming. Especially given the fact that we're closing above resistance. Or right at that resistance. So, alright. Let's see. S&P. S&P officially breached the $4,000. Or the 4,000. For the first time today. Also, I would say quite impressive. The Russell 2000 is doing very well. I do think it will pull back very soon, though. DXY is going down, and it's going to keep flattening out here. So I would say for next week, Monday is probably going to be okay. Then after that, we're going to see some negativity roll in. All right. Whew. My gosh, I'm a little bit tired today because I took a 2-hour walk. So you might notice that I'm a little bit tired. I think I did not drink enough water. Definitely been noticing that. Oh man. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab a glass of water. I'll be back in a second. It's been a long day for me. I've been walking like almost the whole day, and been making a lot of gains in the market as well. I was holding a lot of Tesla at the 540, the 560, the 600s, etc. It hit 690 today, so took some profits there. Put most of the profits. I put it into Palantir stock, and then Palantir went down, so it's kind of a bummer. We did see that AI went up today, so that was pretty good. Walking is hard. No, walking is not really hard. But if you're walking like 2 to 3 hours, you're gonna come back exhausted. Well, that's basically me right now. Ah, man, 3 days. 3 days into Oblivion. What are we gonna do these 3 days? What are you guys gonna do this weekend? This long extended weekend. What are you guys gonna be up to? Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to fix something here. There you go. Let's see if I can fix it now. Nice. Okay, so this should work. Right. Got it. Now let's scroll through the live chat. Try having kids, man. I bet that is probably very tiresome. That is why I don't have kids. Well, and also because I'm 23 years old. Learning more about training, home projects, and the family time. That's the good stuff. Let's see. I love you, Gara. Family time with a lot of food. Watching Homeland and Netflix. Did you watch Justice League? If Palantir doesn't move next 2 weeks, I'm quitting trading. Oh, ooh, that's a tough one. I went for a walk down to the gate today. Yeah, I think I walked 3 hours today. I'm so incredibly exhausted. C3 going up, Gara moving out. Yep. Portfolio was up 6K this morning. Having kids is like investing in AOL in 2000. Oh God, that is so horrible. Oh gosh, AOL. Let me just check AOL. I don't think it's traded on the markets anymore, is it? That is horrible. No, I think it's okay. I think it's I have never had kids, but I bet it's like a meaningful experience. Having kids is the biggest long-term investment. Yeah, it is. Playing tennis during and drinking lots of alcohol this weekend. I think a lot of people are going to be drinking a lot of alcohol this weekend. And the other weekends, you know what I mean? With all the red that was going on, all the, market mayhem. Gara, please check your PayPal account, Tom Bionano. I haven't checked my phone. And he donates. Tom Bionano just donated €5. Where's CCFA going in the next 1 to 6 months, for your opinion? I think I think the merger is going to be interesting. Usually you get a lot of momentum around the merger. I think it could potentially go to like $40. But after the merger, I think it's going to come down. So around June, it maybe maximizes at like 40 or something, and then it comes down again. Maybe to like the 30s or something. But yeah, 40 is what I'm looking at like max valuation for merging. Gara, Tesla deliveries today in all-time high. After hours. Sorry, after hours. Gary, you need to give Perry your PayPal. I think I have to. Well, link is in the description. I told him, but he prefers to use YouTube. So. Nasdaq is going up, yeah. Tequila, bourbon. I like bourbon myself, but I don't drink that often. When I drink, I would probably drink bourbon or Heineken. We've got some interesting Dutch beers. Kids create resistance, but they create support in the long term. Well, yeah, I guess. The Dutch prefer weed, I have to agree. Yo, kids are the future, right? You've got to appreciate that. Stocks don't go up if there are no kids being born. I can tell you that. Stocks go down. We see what happened in Japan. But of course, you shouldn't have kids for that reason. Steven says, I want to go to Amsterdam. You definitely should. It's a great city. It's fantastic. I go there from time to time. Because it's like very, very nearby. Yeah, stocks don't go up if you don't have kids. Pretty much. It's not just stocks, it's just the economy is going to collapse at some point. Unless you unless you have like robots. But I don't think that's going to be the case for a very long time. Hanging out in Bogota, drinking tequila. Cool. Yeah. Wait, why does stocks go down without kids? What happened in Japan? Educate me, please. The demographics are collapsing in Japan because there are more people getting older than kids being born. And, well, that's problematic because somebody has to pay taxes. Somebody has to... The productivity is just going to slump. And if that happens, the stock market will slump as well. I'm already buying my kids' stocks. Buys Nicola. Imagine that, right? No, I don't know. I think if I would invest for my kids, I would probably just buy into like a fund, like the S&P, like an index. Yeah, it's a lot more responsible. Argentina here going for Heineken right now. Interesting. Zomedica is dying a slow death. Well, I've been subscribed to your channel for about 5 months now. Happy 5 months. Monthsary. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a while. This channel exists. I think this channel it's as old as like YouTube probably. It's like 10 years old or something. Maybe 11 years. It's a very old channel. Started it when I was a kid. In fact, I used to upload. This is a fun fact. I used to upload videos of me gaming when I was like 10 or something, like 12. They're still on the channel. I've privatized them. And then I think I remember I made videos about... I've tried all sorts of things just for the fun of it, right? It wasn't really... Just for the fun of it. To be fair, Lucid Trading, most of it was like, hey, I just want to share some interesting information that's, could be useful. Make your old videos public, please. Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Happy holidays to all. Yeah, happy holidays indeed to everybody out there. Let's see. Have you been to Wynand? Fucking in Amsterdam. I have no idea what that is, but maybe accidentally. How do you feel about Apex Technologies? They have a merger early. You do. Apex. It's bottoming out, isn't it? I think a lot of these tech stocks are about to be rallying, to be honest. Like, a lot of them. Agario today. Do we want to play Agario? Gara, it would be great to have buying signals for next week. I will be uploading them. I would say this weekend. Because, I had some health issues. Couldn't really do a whole lot aside from just streaming. I used to get really tired, but that's not a problem anymore. But yeah, this weekend I will be doing. I'll be focusing more on definitely on the Patreon and everything else. So expect more from me throughout the weekend. That's better. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to be wrapping up the live stream right now. I am absolutely exhausted. Have an awesome weekend. An extended weekend. Happy Good Friday. Happy holidays in general to people out there. Have a good one. It's been a good week. I think next week will be promising as well. Although, let's say this week is definitely the better week. We'll have to see what's going to be coming for the future, but I do think we'll be fine. This is no stock market crash. Been diamond handing it all the way through, and it's been rewarding so far. Have a good one, guys. Have a good weekend. Take care. This was Lucid Trading. I'll be seeing